He's not here.
That's so sad.
He's not here. At any rate,
We'll live on.
he's.
You're gonna actually make me cry. I actually miss him.
We would like to
already.
dedicate this episode to one who touched all our hearts and our insides
He
in
was such a
many
kind
ways.
and gentle man. He
did
loved
touch my
everyone.
insides. You did touch my insides.
Yes.
Truly, he
Why
was an EO.
Why, Sydney?
representative.
Why?
Why'd you have to be in Tennessee?
Why?
Welcome to the whole magazine, folks. I am here, Brandon. Long time no see. Welcome to episode 46. Be more intelligent, I guess.
Get better
There you go.
equipment, bitch.
No.
Yeah.
you-
So welcome to episode 46 of the whole magazine.
Be respectful. Cornet.
I am
Fuck
joined
off.
here by some phenomenal people. Marcus, you've heard him, and you've heard him on the show before. How's it going,
Yeah.
buddy?
Doing quite well. It's been a while.
It
Since
has
I've
been a
been
long
here.
time. It has been a long time. A lot of stuff going on, but that's what you get for not being able to do this full time.
Use both hands, buddy.
Yeah, you can also loosen that top knob there. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
You should know
we'll get
knobs.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're halfway there. Living on a prayer, honestly. Every time you walk into my house, I'm like, please, for the love of God. We're here
You
with
Dan-
Either choose the
I
stupid
always
one or the
forget what
racist
he
one.
wants to be called.
you could call me anything you like.
Okay.
I like how, but
Okay. I'm not that kind of brown.
Welcome to the show, Daniel. How is it going?
You know, it's a tough one without
It's
him.
so weird.
It is weird.
It's
But
so
you know
weird.
what?
Because he was always there to be like, you're an idiot. Or
Yeah.
like,
I love it. He
You
was
know.
the only person that would
Very-
that would say so much shit, and
Yeah.
I would laugh. And
It's
so
so-
good.
such
it's
good
so
friends
peaceful.
with your
and
wife.
he's not like belligerently drunk right now.
Yeah, biting our
To
ankles.
quote unquote not consent to being on the show.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I'm good.
And we're here with
I'm good.
Cornet.
Oh, I'm doing some.
Oh, if anybody wants to realize, if you're
Yeah,
just
really
tuning
love-
in, the
Alright.
person we're talking about is a long-standing
Yeah.
friend, Walker,
Walker.
just
Yeah.
in case.
If you guys are,
anybody.
Yeah.
you guys are. If you're tuning in at this point,
Yeah.
you're probably already.
Even now, when
Accustomed
he's
to
not
the show.
here, he takes over my section. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
great. It's great.
You're
And we're
being-
here with Cornet.
you.
How's it going?
It's
Yeah, you were
going, it's
you were
going
eating
good.
chips on a fucking podcast. What do you expect?
I'm a fucking human being. Let me munch.
Oh, that was
Oh.
probably the stupidest thing you could have said.
Fuck off.
Welcome to the show at any rate. Yeah, we have a beautiful episode for you. It's been a long time, and we're back now. Don't forget, you can always check out thewholemag.com for any extra content while we're not sort of on the air. Yeah, don't forget to check out the whole mag actually for some awesome coupons for the store. We do have a coupon that's actually active right now. Hey, future Brandon, go ahead and insert this in post. Yeah, thanks. The coupon code is thanks. Appreciate that.
Keep that in. Keep that in.
Yeah, we are we're doing some stuff. You can find yourself some posters and some other cool things like some mugs, which I'm drinking out of right now with some Baileys and coffee.
Fucking loser.
Wow, dude.
I'm using the logo cup, by the way.
Yes.
If it was
Yeah.
a video podcast, it'd have more impact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
truly.
just a little more.
Yeah.
I mean, you
yeah.
got your green screen up. So.
Go ahead and grab your. I think it's. What is the code, dude? I just made it like 2 days ago. Oh my god, something 15, maybe no. Nuke. It's nuke. The code is nuke.
Can you spell that out for us?
Nuke. Yes.
Any capitalizations?
As in nuke. All caps.
All caps. Okay.
All caps nukes. Because of I'm browsing the interwebs, keeping up on what's going on. And there was talks about Russia's apparently a Russian news thing. Okay, take this for a grain of salt. This is also it's state-controlled media. It could be propaganda. If we had Walker here, he could probably tell us a little bit more. But at any rate, apparently a news sort of outlet in Russia, some professor on there said that Russia's plans say that nuclear war with Europe is inevitable. And stating that Paris would be a key target in this sort of nuclear exchange with the West. And it also said that the United States is okay.
Oh no, the French.
The United States is okay.
They're gonna retreat from it anyways. No one will die.
Which is really interesting. So take that with a grain of salt. I mean, of
yeah.
course, we've been hearing the whole, Russian sort of nuke scare since the conflict began. Putin saying that if U.S. steps foot inside Ukraine, we're going to launch nuclear weapons. And of course, he has a much higher pitched voice than I do. So,
well, I mean,
remember that.
You gotta think about it too.
Plug your nose and use your
If that motherfucker does send a nuke and he does hit Paris, he's not dealing with Europe anymore. He's dealing with damn near half the
Well,
world.
he's largely going to start a beef with NATO, which, I mean, if you want to think about it, largely is centralized in Europe.
Yeah.
But at any rate, you take whatever he says with a grain of salt. Movies are a thing. And I have been browsing things, and I tell you what. Yeah, I'm a little bit more or less I'm waiting for some video games. I don't go to the movies anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like, there was this whole thing when I was younger where like it was the most exciting thing to do in a week.
Oh yeah.
Or a weekend is mom and dad would say we're going to the movie theaters, right?
It's definitely something that me and the wife Angie plan as like, oh, it's a simple little date thing to do, but it's never like something that we're always wanting to do because it's something like fun. It's
And
always...
I tell you what the problem is, and me and my wife Eve, we've sweet little Eve have done the same thing. We've gone to the movies as a date. It's a wonderful little date, but you go for a different reason now. You go for the experience of going to a movie theater and maybe grabbing a $17 bucket cup of popcorn, and you do
Fill
that
shit with butter.
You drown it. Like if you're not having to get a straw at the end of it, you didn't do it properly. Okay.
Yeah.
And honest to God, what is that shit? It's not butter.
I have no way.
It can't be. It comes out of this really weird industrial nozzle thing. Like it's supposed to spray some sort of chemical on a part on a machine factory. Like really interesting stuff. It's a very fluorescent orange as well. So which piece has what butter on it. Yeah, and people get so creative. Everyone's so creative, right? Everyone's so creative with their butter disbursement methods, like shoving straws in there to funnel it down into different locations.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then you're the asshole who's taking up the fucking butter spot, is what I call it. You're spending, 15 fucking minutes trying to create the quote unquote perfect bucket of popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else is behind you is halfway through their fucking bucket already because you're an asshole.
Let's be fair though. During the preview of the movie, they're going to be halfway through it anyways.
So I have a question. After putting the butter on, do you put salt on as well?
Oh yeah,
Damn straight.
No.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
the explicit purpose of a Coca-Cola at the movie theater is to quench the thirst that is
Yes,
brought
it is.
on
Yeah.
by the half a kilogram of salt that you put inside that bucket of
Absolutely.
soggy-ish sort of weird butter texture
If
popcorn.
you did it right, there is a 50-50 chance when you go to bed.
You're
after
not
that,
waking
you're
up.
not waking up.
You're
You
not
have
gonna,
reached
you're not
the
gonna
blood
fuck up.
toxicity level for hypernatremia.
We don't know
It's
what
delightful.
happened. His heart just stopped.
His heart just
As a little
stopped.
digression, though, we have a beautiful little bit of alcohol review. I miss Hayes too now.
I know. Fuck.
Well, I wasn't here since.
I was sitting there thinking,
Like,
oh yeah, that's right.
I missed-
Hayes
I
made
missed-
that.
So
Yeah. I mean, I got
Hey,
on here
he
until
never-
after
He never
Hayes left.
responds or talks to
Mm-mm.
anyone besides like Walker.
in
Yeah.
this
And Walker's not even here anymore.
in this relatively posh decanter, we have a 2021 vintage Josh Cabernet Sauvignon.
Don't let him trick you. It's a fucking vase for a plant.
It does look like a vase. Not gonna lie, I think
yeah.
this was a vase. No, it said decanter. At any rate, folks,
Said.
we are going to. I'm gonna pour some.
If you can.
Put that down there. It's a little rough tumble.
I'm just gonna get up.
Yeah, that's probably a smart thing instead of trying to hand
So kind.
here for all of you guys.
Pouring the wine. What a very sophisticated drink to drink while
You can give me
Podcasting.
like half a glass, really.
I want a full fucking glass.
Not surprised.
That's not a full fucking glass. Take that one for yourself. That one's mine.
I say half a glass because, on my experiences personally, I'm not fully a red wine drinker. I
Not a
like
full glass.
sweet drinks.
Oh, this is you.
I may very much dessert if
we
I'm
can
ever
open
getting,
up that Pinot too if you want.
if I'm ever getting wines or anything. I'm very much a dessert or Moscato. kind
Yeah, for sure. So this is Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a very it's a tart red wine. It's we did let it breathe for quite a long time in that
Ooh.
decanter. Probably about what, like 2 or 3 hours now.
of, does
Mhm.
smell.
Probably. more than
Oh no,
2
actually
hours.
longer than that. About 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's chilled.
I mean, getting
Okay.
good flavor.
Yep, tart. It's crisp. It's a delicious wine. I love this with steak. It's quite good.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
also not a very expensive wine.
No.
It's a very inexpensive wine. I think this ran me about, I don't even remember where I got this. This has been on the wine rack for a little bit. But it's quite good.
As much as I'm not a red wine drinker, it does still have a good, appealing taste. Definitely with a steak or
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
I need
Maybe
big
even like
chunk of red meat.
prime rib.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
prime
what I
rib
was
would be
thinking of.
excellent with it.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
yeah.
This is the stuff that you would use. You know, you could use like a standard drinking wine, but you could use a cab for,
Yeah.
you know, like
I'm telling you right
making
now.
a steak sauce as well.
This
Yeah.
right here.
No,
with
like- like a-
the tartness and the fucking
Mhm.
just the flavor of it all. It's gonna sound posh. It's gonna sound
No,
stupid.
you'll definitely feel
But
like how crisp it
if
is.
you get Wagyu
Oh yeah,
steak
Yes.
with
something
this,
fatty.
Yeah,
You want,
yeah.
you want
all that fat.
this.
It would go perfect
This will
with
cut
this.
right through that fat and
Yeah.
just be really nice. And the great thing about this too, like give you that dry feeling. There's a lot of tannins in there,
Yeah.
so that
Oh,
mouth
yeah.
feel that you get from like teas, like Earl Grey tea or black tea. Those are tannins, and so that's the feeling that you're getting from that, from this wine.
I will say the smell is amazing.
The smell is like if you were to take like raspberries or some sort of tart fruit, didn't put sugar in it,
Yeah.
and you're about to make like a tart.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what it smells like, and it smells amazing. It's easy drinking, honestly. I mean, people like, you know, I think a large part of the alcohol, quote unquote, drinkers, they look for something that's like easy to drink, quote unquote, is the phrase that they use, and that just means that it's either A, super sweet, or B, you can't. There's no real flavor.
I could
Yeah.
definitely vouch for this. If you're
Well,
not a heavy drinker like I am, if you're, you know, uneasy, if you're, you know, new, this is definitely something that will not overpower your expectations.
I would
This
also
is, this
say
is very very light,
very good
crisp.
with a very, very, very strong flavored cheese.
Yes.
Would be amazing with that.
Oh yeah.
Cheese and wine is always just
Cheese
a
and
good
wine.
thing.
But yeah, if you go too light, like a normal cheddar, like a non-aged cheddar or a non-smoked cheddar, I would
So-
say strong stuff. Like I want brie, gorgonzola. I want something that's going to really punch.
Yeah.
So I have a question for
Something
the
not very
folks here.
overpowering.
And this is going to bring up a red wine topic, but have you ever had Stella Rosa Black? Simple.
I have had
Sweet
Stella
wine.
Rosa.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we had it on the podcast. I think we had.
I don't.
We
Did
had-
Oh no, we have.
We
had.
had.
I need to get a
we
list.
had Stella Rosa Black
I need to get
on
a.
podcast.
I need to listen back.
yeah.
All the
So-
ages and get a list of all the things that we've tried.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen their exceptionally large bottle that they have that's about yay tall? you
Oh,
know?
a toddler size? Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
not
no.
seen the torso size bottle of Stella Rosa.
So that was my first experience
Oh,
about
goody.
2 weeks ago about being wine drunk
Mm.
on red sweet wine.
It's great, ain't it?
Oh, it's great.
I mean,
so good.
drunk part, yes. Waking up though,
Hits you different.
oh,
Hits you different.
See, I will say this is going to sound
wine
super.
is a different animal.
This
Like,
is going to
holy
sound
shit.
super snobby. There is actually a chemical that's different in wine than most alcohols.
Mhm.
I forget the name. There is something we said. It sounded wine snobby, but you have to realize it is a different type of alcohol than people are used to. You need to let wine breathe a little. If it's fresh out of the bottle and you drink it or smell it, it's going to be in your face. It's going to be harsh, and you're not going to like it. If you prepare and you think about it, you let it breathe. It sounds hella pretentious,
I didn't
but it's
do
true.
that.
It's true. A strong wine
I
like
did not do
Cabernet
that.
Sauvignon or Pinot Noir is a very strong tasting wine. If you do not let it breathe and open up, it's going to be very harsh in your face. And that's why people don't like these wines, is because they are in your face. They don't let them breathe. They drink it right out of the bottle like fucking heathens. They say, oh my God, $16 for a bottle of wine. Oh, good. And then there you go. That's how you end up with Oscar drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the alcohol review.
Yeah.
Movies. Yeah. So movie theaters. When did the change go from? Because we had the normal movie theater experience, and if you guys want to talk more about movies, we are going to talk more about movies and in depth, in a future episode, which will be very fun. So make sure you are here for that.
Yeah, just so we're clear.
I got a movie right now that
Okay,
you're
yeah,
gonna
no.
fucking love to hear about. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Just so we're clear for the audience, today's episode isn't, we don't have like an.
Oh yeah, we don't have a script.
We don't have a script.
Yeah,
so
this is just casual conversation.
Casual conversation.
Casual conversation episode.
Going on that casual conversation.
I'm not done yet.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm
bitch.
not done yet.
No,
This is my podcast now.
Let the host
That's
speak.
wild.
It's
That's
never your
crazy.
podcast, and you got
So,
muted. Get
Bitch,
fucked.
I've been on this longer than both of you.
So anyway,
Sorry.
so when did we transition from? Because I remember, in the before 4 times,
Back in my day.
the movie theaters could fit 100 people.
Back in my day.
Easy, right? They were almost
yeah.
on the verge of being like airplane seats,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And you don't ever see very large people go to the movie theaters,
No.
right? You never see like the people who would be required to purchase another airplane. You never saw them in the days where they had like normal seats. Now we live in a day and age where they have straight up recliners.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to AMC. I think that's
Yeah,
what it's
the
called.
Lakewood one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because a couple of guys that we work with, Arms Room
It
guy.
has electric recliners.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
and I went there. That was my first time going to the movies since I was like 12 years old. And
Yeah.
we go in, and I sit on that chair, and I'm like,
What movie we're watching?
Dune 2.
Mm.
Ooh, we're gonna
Dude.
talk about Dune.
Nah.
We can talk
Okay,
about
I only say that 'cause
check yourself.
I don't watch a lot of movies, so fuck off.
We're gonna
But-
talk. We're gonna talk about
That
Dune.
shit was crazy. I'm telling you right now, I had so much room in that chair. I was actually kind of uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Now, here's the thing, though: is this new chair worth the significant increase in ticket prices to
You-
go
No.
to movies?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
So
yes.
here, I'm gonna show you something. It's funny to me.
I've been in movies a
because
few times.
I used to go. Obviously, I used to live in Florida. There's a place that I went to with my mom, and it is a movie theater, but it's also a restaurant. And so you have an actual table, and it's like not just a chair; it's like a couch, like a personal couch for each person.
Mm.
And it's
you're not
much,
gonna
it's
like
not
what I
much
say.
more expensive.
You're not gonna like when I say
It's just over the top. It's
it
not
is
needed.
too much.
Yeah, it's way too much.
I'm watching a fucking movie.
I went there to
I
watch
do not
Moana.
care what the fuck. Can you imagine being in an environment and you paid this money to get a ticket just so somebody has the possibility of giving you food while you're sitting down?
Yeah.
As if we're not lazy enough in society. Now we have to watch movies and have waitresses and waiters come up to us and be like, "You want something to eat?"
Yeah.
Or I'm sure it's like more. I'm sure it might be more discreet like that. I'm sure there might be a fucking app for it. But even still, are you pulling out your fucking phone and doing this shit?
No.
there's
in a movie.
there's no good solution for that.
No.
No.
And I could not be fucked to sit there and have somebody get their food delivered to them in front of me. You know how fucking pissed I'd be? I hope you
I would
choke
be
on your
pissed
Cobb
because
salad,
as a fat
bitch.
person, as a fat person myself, the reason I would be upset is because I'd see them getting food and I'd be like,
Ooh,
shit, now I will.
the,
I
syst- the system we have now, where if you went through your first bucket of popcorn, you make the sacrifice of missing something to move, you get up and you go to the concession counter and you get another bucket of popcorn, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
usually complimentary
that
refilled.
sprint.
Right. And they always make their little marking on the bottom so they know they refilled it. They always check.
Yeah.
Most movie theaters, at least. Yeah, no, that's far too much. That's far too much. We cannot have these experiences mesh together. We can't have restaurant going and movie theaters mesh. That just doesn't
Yeah.
vibe.
No, and even then, I don't know if they still do this, but I know if you buy like a certain like size of popcorn, like the bucket itself comes with like a little tag.
Yeah.
And do they still do that?
AMC does
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
you take it to like the front desk or whatever the fuck, and they take it off and it's like, okay, yeah, you know, get your shit, get out, like go
Yeah,
back
it's
to
like a
the
fucking
movie.
anti-theft device
Yeah,
at a supermarket, so you're not stealing a $100 jacket.
What's crazy about
Yeah.
that shit is fucking I saw someone do that shit and they went in and someone who didn't have a tab, they had a tab on their bucket and they just threw it in the trash. And some motherfucker comes through, picks up the bucket
yeah.
and takes
Yeah,
it
for
to
sure.
the fucking thing cuz he had 2 movies, I assume, cuz he literally went in there, he's like, "Hey, I didn't refill my bucket. Can I get another one?" And I assume his other bucket he got a refill during that first movie because it was Dune 2. That's a 3.5 hour movie.
There's always hustlers.
And he goes in,
Yeah.
gets that, and then goes into another movie. No one stops him.
I mean, honestly, good for him.
Yeah.
Low key, good for him.
I mean, I don't. Angie pays for having like the AMC whatever membership
Oh, the
thing.
rewards
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Like
the rewards
the,
thing. So
Yeah.
we get free movies every now and again and stuff.
that's kind of neat. Everywhere has these
we
reward
have-
programs.
The thing I don't know what tabs you guys are talking about because we get the free refills. So
Right.
I have gone through 4 buckets of popcorn in
Amen.
one fucking movie.
Amen.
That's
Make them go into
Amen.
debt.
No, that's good. Get them concerned.
I
Yeah.
Get them concerned. Get them like
For
he's
anybody who-
obviously leaving and going to feed his fucking chickens.
for
That's what's happening here.
no, just walk, just
for
walk up,
anybody who
walk up to the
is
counter.
concerned on the
Okay.
podcast listening to this, I'm 290 fucking pounds and a fucking redhead.
Yeah, everyone's like,
I can eat
oh my
some food.
god, that's so much salt.
It wasn't enough.
No,
No, it
I
wasn't
could
enough.
have kept going
he,
if the
he
movie
walks up to
hadn't
the counter.
finished.
I am
he
a deer at a
demands,
salt lick. Leave me alone.
he demands that he does not want to see the bottom of the bucket ever again.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah, he
Ever.
slams his fist on the on the counter.
So talking about Dune, there had been some, shall we say,
I haven't watched it.
interesting popcorn bucket topping technology.
yeah.
placed
I
on
have
top.
seen that.
I love it. I want
Some of
one.
these things are
have you not seen the
suggestive.
popcorn?
So basically, you know the sandworms. Yes.
The-
Now imagine that capped on top of a bucket with little dangly things.
have you not seen
planning
it?
on
have,
the
you, have you
inside?
not seen it?
People are getting suggestive.
I'm looking it up for a minute.
So a bucket pussy?
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
It's actually the Dunusi that I've seen
That'll-
online.
That'll butter your popcorn. Yeah. It's quite cursed.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
dude?
No, it's real.
What the
It
fuck?
is. It is real. It is a real phenomenon.
Did you see
and-
that Deadpool? They're making
Yeah, what the
Deadpool
fuck,
popcorn
dude?
buckets
Oh.
for the new Deadpool.
And what are they doing? Just having his asshole be the opening for the bucket?
No, but I wish that sounds good.
What is it? I didn't know about
Society is falling as we speak. It's been a long burn. We're about halfway through. I think we're about 3/4 of the way through, actually. Yeah. If the first thing that people pop into their head when they see a popcorn bucket is like, I'd fuck that. Why?
What? Let me see.
That has to be a joke.
That's
Okay.
Oh my
that. Okay,
god.
first of all, that's a
Listeners.
joke.
Listeners, okay, so he just showed me a Deadpool popcorn bucket with a suggestive hole where his
And then
mouth
there's-
would be through his mask. And there's a Wolverine too. Yeah, that's a joke.
Okay, it's a joke.
That is a joke.
That
That is AI generated filth.
Would you buy it though? I would.
I would.
I would.
See, that's
I
the
would.
problem.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's the fucking problem we have here. That is why that's why we're in the situation we're in.
You know
okay?
what? Just to fuck with people when they walk into my
Dude.
room, I'm gonna buy it and then draw
Everyone.
white paint on the lips.
Everyone has lost their mind.
Okay,
I
never
say
mind.
everyone.
I
I say
don't
this.
want it anymore.
A little hyperbole here. Everyone loves Chalamet now. Everyone gets so excited for Chalamet. Why was he Wonka?
He shouldn't have been.
Oh, is that the guy's name?
That was
So-
such a weird fit.
I mean,
He's
I'm
so
not
dark.
super excited
He's,
about it.
he's
but I'm
dark.
like-
He's not dark. He's like
Go ahead.
He's visually he's like dark and brooding. He plays a very good serious character and sort of like
for Dune,
oddly
I
sort of
see-
Dune. Dune
like,
was a very good.
It
fit.
works well.
Yeah.
You'll see Dune on my bookshelf actually. Very good fit, right? But for Wonka, which is this
I
very
think the only reason I liked
I don't
him in
know.
Wonka was
I don't know.
because the way I think about Wonka when I watch like the old movie, I think of a skinny, frilly haired, like
maybe it's like
interesting looking.
maybe
guy.
it fit because Wonka was supposed to be this very weird, strange, like sort of like
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, you're very unique. Like you
Yeah.
are not like anybody else,
Oh, yeah.
and you visually are confusing. And I don't know if I should keep my kids away from you. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, like maybe that is the aspect.
see,
Maybe
that's
that's
why-
the sort of turn
No,
that they
and
sort of went
That's
through.
why I think I'm at least all of us are spoiled, mainly because the person who we grew up that played Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing though, is like this story with Chalamet. I forget his name for his first name.
Tim.
Timothy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
I don't follow celebrities like that.
He sort of I think that largely honestly that his casting for that role was largely due to his popularity in Dune.
Yeah.
I think that's very likely because that happens all the time. Like somebody blows up in a movie, casting directors will always just like snatch him up and be like, "Oh, front title fucking shit! Look at Chalamet in fucking Wonka," and then people will be like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Yep.
Yeah,
And
so,
it doesn't matter because you don't know what the movie's going to be,
No,
so you watch it anyways.
I mean, I guess some. I think being a little bit more pejorative, but pejorative. Yeah, great. That's gonna fuck me up for the rest of the show.
Yeah, it is.
The another great movie,
Dumbass.
though. Everyone is really liking Cillian Murphy for very good reasons.
Yeah.
Very good actor.
Mm.
He's a good actor. He is well known, obviously, for Oppenheimer, right?
Okay, look. In Oppenheimer,
Peaky Blinders.
he was good in Oppenheimer.
Peaky Blinders, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's
I
another
can't say
thing,
anything
though.
about Peaky because I didn't watch it.
Peaky Blinders, I mean, Oppenheimer, that is just a masterclass in cinematography.
Yeah.
And directing.
My favorite scene in that fucking movie. Did all of y'all watch it?
No.
I haven't watched all of it. I was, but then I
Well,
I have
there's
not.
a specific.
I was doing something else with my wife at the time. So.
Yeah.
Crocheting.
Yes. There's a specific scene where he's talking to a military individual, and they're talking. And when I tell you the switch that they have from arguing to planning is seamless as fuck. It brings to me the actual communication that would have happened at that time, where now they're arguing, boom, they both land on an agreement, and then all of a sudden they're planning almost instantly.
I don't know how the public necessarily received the message of Oppenheimer and who he was. He had very close ties to communism during the time, and it was very interesting, like, as a matter of historical fact, how close he was and the clearances that he was able to get when he had very close ties to communism during the time. Very interesting person. You know, obviously we have Christopher Nolan, who directed the movie. It won 7 Academy Awards, and rightfully so.
Oh yeah.
It is just a masterclass of filmmaking. It was runtime of 3 hours.
Yeah. A lot of movies are doing that now.
It is
I'm quite okay
bit of a
with that.
runtime.
I am too. I love
sat
it.
through Lord of the Rings. We're fine. I'm
Yeah.
a good here.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, back on our subject of if seats are worth it, if it's comfy, but the movie's
It's true.
3 to 4 hours long.
It's true.
You know, it's
That's
somewhat
true.
of a trade-off. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having a comfier seat
That is true.
if it is 3
That
to
is a
4
big
hours.
consideration
Oh,
one
yeah.
must make.
Another 2 movies that have come out that I both want to watch, but one of them I'm kind of like iffy about. The one I'm iffy about is the new Kung Fu Panda.
Oh God,
No,
bro.
no, we don't
The
need it.
animation dropped like a motherfucker.
yeah.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
It's
Just
interesting,
let's just send that along.
but
Just send-
I'm
just
also
let it go. Let
I
it
follow-
die. Let Poe die
Yes.
of diabetes.
send him to the spirit realm, whatever it is.
Spirit
So
realm.
that one I'm kind of like iffy about. I kind of want to just watch it with the wife because another animation movie to watch. But I don't know if any of you guys follow along like the MonsterVerse stuff. And the new Godzilla movie that just
Oh
came out.
yeah, I have. Yeah.
No.
Was that the Japanese one?
Not -1, no.
Okay.
-1 was good as well. But the new Godzilla and Kong, whatever one, King of the Empire, whatever the fuck it is. I think they put too much emphasis on Godzilla just kind of running into fucking everything. But you know,
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie. Good fight scenes, good.
I mean, you're a big old fucking dinosaur monster. You really didn't give a shit that some fucking
well,
Sears
here's
gets
the
broken
thing.
down as you're
Well,
walking
not
through.
One of the,
Not
one of the
that.
things that I love seeing about like the MonsterVerse movies or like the TV show on Apple TV and everything is that the Apple TV show had a good storyline for it. But a lot of people who watch it are watching it for big monster fight other big monster.
Right.
Like that's the main fucking thing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad in a sense. But.
You know, one movie. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. There is one movie that when I tell you it brings that makes no fucking sense, you're stupid out of me, is
That's surprising.
listen,
That's a big deal.
Listen, if y'all don't understand me, these three have worked with me for a long time. They understand that I don't. It takes a lot for me to notice shit. All right.
Like adding 6 and 3 on your fingers.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to talk fucking thinking 7 is 8 or 8 is 7, motherfucker.
It's 2.
It's okay
anyways,
visually messing up. Not counting is another
Anyways,
thing.
there's an animated movie out that's called Wish. And in this movie, there's a king that grants wishes. But as you'll find out in the series, yeah, that's weird, dude.
Oh, Wish, the new movie.
If this king chooses which wishes come true that benefit his kingdom, as any fucking king would.
So many issues.
Hit the fucking like apprentice he chooses. I don't know how it works entirely because I couldn't follow it all the way through. I had to quit like damn near almost to the end. I could get to it, but then I had to quit. This bitch takes over, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna choose what wishes come true as well." And then you just end up in the same fucking spot. She is contradicting herself throughout the whole fucking movie. She's saying like, "You shouldn't choose which wishes come true. All wishes shouldn't come true." She tries to do that, realizes, fails because she's an idiot, and then the whole kingdom destroys itself. Not in the movie.
I mean, the thing is, the thing is, she's not granting wishes. Really, she's just letting people keep their wishes to have their emotions. Yeah, and so they can technically follow their own wishes to try and grant them themselves by doing their own stuff.
Yeah, if y'all don't know how the movie works, you hand over your wish to the leader, and he'll grant it. But at the same time, it takes away your ambition, your willing, your effort into getting that wish, in the hopes that he grants it automatically. And in my opinion, that would be dope.
The only thing I heard about that movie is that it was like made with AI, or like it had like some program or some shit. I don't know.
Apparently the animation, some of the special effects, like you'll see in this movie that the wishes have an actual physical form when they're little balls that show what they wish for in like a little paragram.
Like memories from Inside Out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Literally.
And as far as I'm tracking, they used AI to generate random images and animation throughout all those orbs, and there's like hundreds of them on the screen sometimes.
Makes sense.
And they use that, which I can understand that. That saves money, saves time. You're not going to pay a lot of...
It's one of the applications where that makes sense. But like AI thing to make a whole movie.
One of the things that I have issues with a lot of the DreamWorks, Pixar, and all those kind of movies and everything that are coming out, I would like better soundtracks.
Yeah.
For Wish, I wasn't really a fan of the songs and everything they had in it, but like, go a couple years back, you got Encanto.
Yeah, Encanto was good.
Every fucking song in that.
Every song was good.
Still haven't seen it.
Frozen songs.
Okay.
I don't want to bring it up, but
yeah, it had good songs.
They every fucking song, every fucking kid, teenager, and all of them were singing the
all
songs.
of it was good as fuck. And I hate the show. I hate the movie. All right, I hate the concept of it.
I need more movies that don't shove things down my throat.
Treasure Planet. That's it.
Treasure Planet is fucking badass.
And you know what pisses me off about this? People are like, we need a live action Treasure Planet. I'm like, no, we don't.
No.
We need an animated live action, animated Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah.
If you bring live action, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I mean, really, technically, just a better animated live.
Yeah, because like, don't get me wrong, nostalgic as fuck.
Better animated live action. What the fuck am I saying?
I fucked myself up too. But there's one thing I wish they never touch, and I doubt they ever will. There's one scene, I'm sure y'all can agree with me, the best animated scene, the most just satisfying scene in any kind of animation is when the toy maker is working on Woody in Toy Story. And he's fixing him.
I guess.
Okay. That was satisfying as fuck.
That one was pretty nice.
Yeah, it is very memorable for me, I will say.
Oh my Gideon. Are they changing the race of 007?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Are you fucking serious?
Not only 007, but Romeo and Juliet already has a casting, and they're casting. I forgot her name for Juliet, but yeah, if you want to.
I'm not surprised
look into that.
With the Romeo and Juliet. I'm not surprised if they're going to try to switch roles, where Romeo is Juliet and Juliet is Romeo.
We've already had all this like conversation about them changing roles and everything on lots of movies.
Okay, speaking of
like one of the things that I'm still going.
Yeah.
One of the things that has bugged me before, and we've already talked about. I'm pretty sure we talked about this exact same subject. Is that okay? I'm not trying to be racist, really not. But like, if it's a white character in an old white like animated fucking movie or anything, there's no reason to change it.
That's not racist at all. That is just being like. It is actually racist. One thing to just go ahead and ex post facto change it. That means that you are caring more about the physical appearance, i.e., not only that, because, obviously characters are meant to look a certain way, like the fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame is supposed to be a fucking hunchback, right?
Yeah.
But it's another thing to change such a characteristic and do it intentionally for the reasons that they're doing.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing this now, and I'm seeing a lot
to
more.
not be called racist, but then pointing it out makes it racist.
This is the hilarious thing: is it's not racist at all to just have a character be the fucking character.
Oh, yeah,
like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Snow White
or Cleopatra.
Snow White was made to be beige.
Yep.
Yeah.
That came out weird, bro. That came out weird as fuck.
They casted, I believe she was, who is she? She was, I think she's half white or half black or something like that. She's literally called
half white.
Snow White
Are you
because
talking
of her
about
skin.
the recent casting?
Yeah.
Oh, she was like Hispanic.
With
Yeah,
the
like Hispanic or
7
Puerto Rican.
dwarves.
They weren't even dwarves.
They
Like,
weren't even dwarves. They were all like tall people.
Oh, you will love this
Um,
the dwarven community clapped back like a motherfucker.
They should. It's
Yeah.
hilarious how
Dwarven.
they. It's
My
it's, it's
God.
it's literally just the most asinine thing that Hollywood is doing, and I'm seeing a lot more on social media. Actually, people like commenting on this and be like, "Stop it!"
Yep.
And people whose opinions would, in the opinion of leftists, would have more weight than mine. Black people, who are like, "Yeah, I did not like the remake of The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
I don't like any of these
Speaking
sort
of
of
which,
remakes."
speaking of which, what do y'all think about Hollywood hating, like just recasting every redhead character?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking
Crazy.
up a redhead. I'm looking up a white blonde currently, and one sec. It's,
Well, I mean, Marcus
Sounds like
here.
your sister has a
Marcus here-
chance of Hollywood.
Marcus here isn't really like red-headed, more like red-bearded.
I've got a little Irish in me. Shut up.
A little.
Well, I'm just saying, bro. Your beard
So-
is red, but your hair is
Like
Strawberry.
it looks like
dirty
blonde.
blonde.
Yeah.
Dirty
Strawberry's a stretch. You got two shades
When I
going
get
on
when
over
I get
here.
some sun, it
Hey,
does,
you
it
look
does,
like a character I made in Starfield.
You look like a character I made in Elden Ring. Shut up.
Hey, there you go.
Bro, you look like you were
But
drawn
like,
left-handed.
so one of the
Fuck off.
things that like,
You look like you were drawn by a used asshole.
so one of the things I love about some movies is like when they stick to the characters and everything, and like stick to what they
Oh,
are.
like tell the story how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So like apparently they've already started filming for this, and so it's probably not going to change. But a live action How to Train Your Dragon. And,
yeah.
Yeah. That's Astrid. The
Yep.
white Scandinavian
Yep.
girl.
Oh, you have
Oh, you mean the-
animated?
You have no
That's who
idea.
Astrid's
Why?
supposed to be.
Why?
Nico Parker.
you have no idea how much
because
I'm
it's
like-
because that's
nothing
the right
nothing
thing
against
to do.
Nico Parker, but like it's not your role.
Yeah.
Like that's
What
why
pisses
would you
me off?
change it that much?
What pisses me off the
I also
most?
don't know why. Because the money is falling
Yeah.
to agree with a lot of people. We're like, we don't like the race trading.
Yeah.
Stop it. And they still do it.
The best part is I love
They still do it.
a lot of people. I know you guys probably have whatever you use about TikTok or whatever. I scroll on TikTok all the time just because it's something in the past time and whatever. And I've seen most of my stuff is either video game, cinematography, or like animation.
Right.
And so I love seeing, like, especially like when The Little Mermaid or everything came out, or what's the other movie that came out that there was role switch. Actual black people who were like very dark, being like, "Why the hell did you change this? We don't want this.
Yeah.
So why the hell are you fucking doing it?"
Yeah.
I'm like, if the people you're trying to appease are not being appeased, stop fucking doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So we're in a little digression here because I forgot we have something to see. The eclipse just recently happened, right?
Yeah.
Everyone lost their. I say everyone. A lot of people want to go see it. A lot of people thought it was cool. A bunch of other people were freaking out and saying that this massive thing was going to happen. The world was going to end because this was going to happen during the eclipse.
Fucking
And
Griffith.
Like every time?
all this other shit. The thing that happens
Hey.
periodically, pretty
Griffith?
often.
Oh my god.
And yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, this was going to happen," and then
end of the world.
you can rely on the flat earthers
All I
coming
could
in and
think
seeing
about
like,
was the
"Look
little
at
fucking what the fuck is that thing called from Berserk?
yeah.
wow."
I can't remember what the fucking thing's called.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
In the anime, Griffith is like every time he appears, you know he's there because most of the time when he shows up in his demon aspect, eclipse is happening, and every time that
Oh.
happens, the whole fucking Earth goes panic mode and like the world's ending, it's ending, and then fucking Berserk comes out of nowhere and says, "Bitch, get out."
Oh, cool.
So it's the same concept here. Earth's not ending because you're stupid.
Everybody was just being fucking.
So
Yeah.
people were being dumb with the eclipse. There were people saying the flat earthers came in. It's like, well, look, you could see this video of somebody looking at the eclipse through a camera, but you can look over there and there's the moon right there. How does that work? Because like editing, motherfucker, pay
Yeah.
attention. Anyway,
So
This is a elected official in government
no.
explaining something.
Here we go. This is gonna piss me off. I know it is.
Provide unique light and energy so that you have the energy of the moon at night, and sometimes you've heard the word full moon, and sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun.
It isn't.
The moon is more manageable, and you will see in a moment, or not a moment, you'll see in a couple of years that NASA is going back to the moon. Provide
I've got
unique.
3 things to say right now.
Can I hit them?
That was
Go ahead.
Democrat Representative Sheila Jackson Lee.
Sounds like a dude. So
Holy
let's
shit.
get 2 facts here straight for people listening who don't know anything about the planets and the satellites that are in our solar system. 1, the moon is a solid. It's not a gas.
Not a guess.
2, the sun is impossible to get close to because all the known materials that we have in the universe, that we know of at least right now, will evaporate before it ever gets close enough to the sun. So that's 2 things that you need to get straight right there.
Vaporize.
Evaporate.
Ablate.
Shut up. Same thing.
Yeah.
Vaporizes with liquids.
Yeah,
My
sorry. Whatever.
So, I have 3 things here. So 2 of them go together. I love how stupid some people are.
Yeah.
Because of how many people got the eclipse glasses, and then the people who made the eclipse glasses realized that so many of them were faulty.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, looked at the fucking sun with faulty fucking glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's not to mention how many people went fucking blind or hurt themselves because they were trying to look at the eclipse through a telescope.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because
and then so the third thing that I had real quick, I love the whole I don't know if you noticed this or saw this, that they were trying to fund being able to put railway stations or trains on the moon to be able to move resources there. Spending a lot of money to put railways and carts on the moon to be able to move stuff around. And I'm like, wait, we're spending money on this?
I think
for no fucking reason?
What's magical is that I don't know what she was arguing against. That's how asinine.
I don't even that
whatever
right there,
she was talking about was
no fucking clue.
I don't know if it was in context with the eclipse. That is just a clip that we have of a elected official believing that the moon is gaseous. I think we would blow her mind telling her about the Parker space probe. That thing goes within 4 million miles of the sun's surface, so that would probably make her scream and her head would probably explode.
What is the distance
cloud.
from the sun where shit starts to...
I mean, it just is a sort of there's a square fuck me. Basically there's an equation oh good god. Okay.
Literally a railway
There is
on the moon.
There's an equation, I think it's the square law.
Why?
Square law, it's basically the distance that you get from a star is there's a exponential fall off of light the further away you get.
Yeah.
That's also true the closer you get. So you can be like Venus and get pretty damn hot. It's all really about the protections that you have on your spacecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, Parker spacecraft is getting within 4 million miles. That's pretty damn close. We're 93 million miles away right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking close. We have another thing that was floating around the interwebs. This is I'll just let you listen.